Hi, it's Megan. A couple days ago, 2 days ago, I had done a video review of the Kat Von D Chrysalis eyeshadow palette. There comes Mo, my cat. He decided he wants to be in the video. I did a long review, and then yesterday I did just an application of a natural look. So I'll put a link to those two videos in the description to this video, but someone asked me to do a purple look and I had been considering it, so I hadn't put my makeup on after the gym today, and so I figured why not do purple. So this is the palette, and just in short, it's super pigmented for the most part. It has these three kind of lighter highlighter shades, and then these are supposed to be transforming shades. And what it practically means is that these right here, if you put these on first, they kind of mute some of the super pigmented shades a little bit, so they're not quite as dark. And then also you get a base between, you choose between a matte, kind of a shimmer, and then this has little flecks of glitter in it. So you get a little bit of a base. I don't see that big a difference, except if you put a matte over one of the shimmers, then you turn your matte from a shimmer. But a lot of times I'm finding that the darker shade looks a lot like, if I take this purple right here and put it over one of these shimmery ones, it looks a lot like this. If I take this and put it over one of those, it looks a lot like this. Just my personal opinion. But I do really like the palette. And the thing about the Kat Von D palettes, which, and this is consistent, is it's a softer, so I'm not cleaning it up so I can show in the videos the way it looks. I'm actually not that messy usually with my makeup, but this is a softer, more powdery formula, but it's a more powdery creamy as opposed to dry formula, so it blends really well. But sometimes with the darker colors I have to use a really little brush like this and apply it very carefully so that I don't get too much pigment, but then I can also kind of get a softer shaded look by doing it that way if you're careful. So, and I don't do very well with way too much color or unblended color on my lids. I just have too much lid space. So softer, more blendable shadows like this work for me, but honestly the first time I tried to do a look with this palette, I kind of made a muddied mess of my eye, and I had to learn to be a little bit more precise with the application. So that's just one opinion. So the purples, and I did wear the purples to the gym yesterday. I did a different look. So first, what I did on my face, I try to keep these not too long, so let me know if I'm talking too fast. I just decided to do purple blush, well, lavender blush. This is a Sigma blush, really soft purple. Normally I would do pink, and then Nars this year has been doing like a lot of corals, and I think he did even like almost an orange red lip with purple, but he added gold also to kind of warm it up a little bit. It's okay on me, but I normally would do pink. Sometimes too much purple is just too much purple, but I figured it would be fun for the video to do all the lavender, since there's been all this orchid and lavender blushes and stuff this year. Why not try it? And then on my lips I have a MAC. This is the, I like these, Patent Polish, Patent Polish Lip Pencil in Patent Pink. So you can see it's very similar in tone to the blush. I like these. They're super sheer, but it lets me play up my eyes more if I do kind of a more muted lip. So I like them. Not everyone does. They are not the longest wearing, but they do give you a sheer sheen. So as far as the eyes, on this eye did not use an eyeshadow primer. I decided to try an eyeshadow primer on this one. The reason why is that most of the palette is so pigmented, I don't want that much color. If you want more color, you can use like a white base like this, a white pencil. This is the NYX Milk. So you get the white, and then you take one of these colors, and so if I do it, I'll do it. So you can see over the white and without the white, without any primer. It's a huge difference in how much color you get. But I don't want to look that purple. So when I went to the gym yesterday, there are basically three looks I personally will wear with these. So if you look at the purples right here, you have like a dark, and when I did my video yesterday I mixed up the colors, so I'm going to not do that this time. It's called Tournay, Entombed, and Graphic Nature. So Tournay, Entombed, and Graphic Nature, and I'm just going to call them light, medium, and dark because I'm just not going to remember those. And then I also did underneath as a base, I did this one right here, Lifelike, the pink, and you can see that right up here. It doesn't really show very much. These are super sheer, super light, these ones up here. They work as a base, but they're not a super dark base. So what I did yesterday was I took the middle shade, the medium, I put it on my lid, and then partway under my eye, and then I just took the lighter shade and put it right up here just for kind of a classic look. Then you can line it with the darker shade or not. That's just the easiest way. Another way to do it, which I didn't do today, is you can do gradation. So you can do the light, inner, then the medium, and then the dark. I wanted to play something different. I wanted to take the lightest one and put that in the middle of the eye. So you can see the lightest one is there. I'm going to point out I did the middle one right in here, and then I did the darker one on the outer part and in the crease. And if you look right in here, I really can't tell a difference between the colors. And I think that's because I've got this transforming, or not transforming, the base shade underneath. But I don't know. I will say, having worn all of these a number of times now, this dark purple is probably the worst performing, no, okay, this dark purple is, in my opinion, the worst performing shade of the whole bunch. So, I don't know, Kat does good shades, great colors. Sometimes her mattes are not perfect. So you see there, it's fine. It's just not, I think, up to the quality of the other shades. So it's a little harder to use, which I guess is why when I went to the gym yesterday, I just didn't bother. But anyway, I like the look that I created here. It's a soft purple look, and like I said, if you want a really darker version of it, use that white pencil. So what did I do? So first, I took this glistening pink one, which I really like. It's one of my favorite shades, and I just use that as kind of a base. And you can see, you could even use this if you want a really natural look. You can even use this just as an eyeshadow, and I probably will end up doing that. I just haven't done it yet because I've been playing with more of the colors. Then I took my favorite brush for this palette. It's just a little tiny eyeshadow brush, and I dipped it in the middle one right there, and I just kind of patted it on. And I'm still learning, by the way, to do makeup on camera. I'm not the best at it, so my eye might not look perfect, but you can see how easily the shadow goes on. And then I put too much up here, it's very easy to blend it out because it is such a lighter powdery formula. But I find that, like I said, I need that really precise application. So I put that there. Then I took the darker one, and this is where, again, you'll see this is not the most pigmented. I put that in the outer corner of the eye and in the crease like this, and then I just kind of blended it a little bit with my finger. And then I blended it in since I'm going to put it in the crease eventually anyway. But I think with that pink base underneath, it really looks a lot like the other shade. And then I basically just took it with this brush and lined partway under. I don't look so good with a full dark line. I also look better if I do like a lighter shadow in the inner part sometimes, so that I get more of kind of a full line but not a really dark line. I just look hard with a darker line. And then I'm really careful to get this corner. This is where I mess up. I want that line to go kind of straight like this to the outer part of the eye. That's where I also find that the eyeshadow also wears the fastest on me. Maybe I have watery eyes. So then I took this again and just kind of blotted it carefully, very softly into the crease. Again, when I've watched Kat Von D do her own videos, she puts tons of color on and then she blends it all out. I kind of pat on softer, or maybe I'm wrong, that's what I remember her doing, but I tend to just pat it on more softly, and then I don't have to spend quite as much time blending. But because these are very soft blendable shadows, it's not the end of the world if you do. So then just blend it in. So it's basically in the crease. And normally I don't put the shadow all the way in the crease. I'll stop about 2/3 or 3/4 in. It opens up my eyes a little bit more, but since I've got the darker shade here in the middle, yeah, in the middle of the eye right in here, it actually makes for a more kind of seamless look if you do it this way. So then I took this little light shade here, and I'm actually still using the same brush. I do want to show you, I have one of these really crappy brushes, really soft, powdery brushes. That's another thing. I did this in the other video. I can dot a dark color on with a brush like this because it's like a paintbrush almost. It's that bad. I shouldn't say that. And I can dot a darker color in here, and then it makes it a lot easier to blend. So then I took this lighter shade right here, that one, and again the same little brush. I just patted that right in the middle, and you can see it kind of opens up my eyes. I took it almost up to the crease, and then I took that same one and I just lined, and these are all dry still. I haven't done any wet shadows yet. If you wet them, they are a lot darker. So I took that in, and then I also took it into the corner a little it gets a little sparkle and it opens up your eyes. And then I took a very fine eyeliner. Another brush I actually did use in the crease was this little smoky eye brush. That's another way to kind of get it darker in the crease. I was playing around with that one too. Then I wet this little tiny eyeliner brush because I want real precision. And then I dot that in the dark shadow right there. And then I'm going to line it with this. And then I just did a really fine line close to the lashes. And then I take it all the way down to that corner, but you don't want to drag it down because then you're going to look like you've got droopy eyes. But then I like to just dot and define that corner exactly, precisely. I look stupid with cat eyes because I have such big round eyes. I just think it looks really dumb on me. So I tend to be really precise, just getting that corner to kind of follow my eyes perfectly. And then because I love the silver so much, and I like brightening up my eyes, I took this little brush again, dotted it in that really glistening bright silver, and I just dotted on a tiny, tiny bit right in there just to open up the eye a little bit. It's just adding a little bit more shimmer than that right there. And then if you really want to be, I didn't do it, but if you really want to be perfect and precise, you take the pink again and then just make sure that you kind of blend in that darker color a little bit so that it's a more seamless transition like that. Then I just did the mascara real quick, which I'll do real quick, and then that's it. I want you to see the difference the mascara adds. I won't do the full coat. And that's the look I did today, and I actually like it better than the one I did yesterday, although the one yesterday was pretty too. So those are the purples. I would love to get feedback here, thoughts, suggestions. There's another look you want me to do, I'm happy to do it. I was just doing my makeup anyway for the day, so it didn't take much longer than it would have otherwise. And if you have the palette or if you have the other, the Monarch, I would love to hear thoughts on that because I don't have it right now. I'm looking at it though. And I think that's it. Subscribe on YouTube, and I also do a novel on video called Masks, which I'm a little behind on, chapter by chapter on YouTube, so I'll put the link to that in the description.